Smoke
medical
weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Brian Hoppe and Fastest. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
What's happening? How are you doing? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. We have a lot of content to get into today. So I just want to say real quick, if you want to vote me, best local radio personality, best podcast, go to Creative Loafing. Go to cltampa.com. I'm not going to really promote it too much this summer because it's just something I did in my early 20s. And if you want to vote for me, that's cool. If not, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like such a big deal back in the day. Like, I was like, oh my God, I must win. And now I'm like, hey, if you want to vote for me, that's cool. Now, I don't know if you heard the news, but Pete Davidson is in a little bit of trouble, Like, usually I feel like it's cool to be Pete Davidson because you get to have sex with beautiful women, but not right now.
Los Angeles prosecutors have formally charged comedian Pete Davidson with reckless driving 3 months after he reportedly crashed into a Beverly Hills home. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office filed one misdemeanor count of reckless driving against the Saturday Night Live alum.
I heard nothing about this. I don't know if anybody else has heard about this, but I saw the news that Pete Davidson was charged in an LA accident, and I have not heard about this once. He must have the best PR team to keep it this low key because he has so many haters that people would go out there and be like, oh, he was charged. You've heard nothing about it. Good job to Pete on having a good PR team.
But we're mum on details of the March 4th collision.
Mum.
No injuries were reported in the incident. Davidson's arraignment is set for July 27th.
I wonder if he ever smokes a lot of weed, which he does, and think, oh my God, I am lucky I didn't take someone's life. You know what I mean? Because that could have gone real badly.
Representatives and Beverly Hills police did not immediately return requests for comment. Prosecutors used the high-profile case to highlight the devastating consequences of reckless driving.
Yeah.
The 29-year-old Davidson has appeared in several cameos in recent big-budget films like Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right, I'm sick of that voice. By the way, I think they need to have those lessons on driving here in Florida. I don't know if it's because we're 3 years past the pandemic, but everybody drives so angry. And it's just like, what are you doing? We're all trying to get to the same place. You know what I mean? Like, if you're speeding and you're tailgating somebody in a 3-lane road and the other 2 cars are at the same length, so you really can't go around anybody, you know what I mean? Maybe just accept that you're going to be a little late somewhere. I was in the middle lane, and there was a guy in the right lane, and we're going to speed limit, and then there was another car in the left lane, so this dude couldn't get around us. And I was like, bro, like, is it that important? Like, oh my God, you must go to work. Drives me nuts. Florida needs a lot of help. There's a lot of great things about Florida, and there's a lot of faults about Florida, but the fault is what makes Florida, Florida. If it wasn't for the faults, Florida would be like any other place. Perfect example. One time I took a picture of the Tampa Bay skyline in like 2015, and this radio DJ messaged me and said, that's Milwaukee with palm trees. And I'm like, no, it's not. And now I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773.
This morning, mixed martial arts star Conor McGregor is accused of sexually assaulting a woman at Game 4 of the NBA Finals.
I don't like this guy at all. You know what I mean? Like, there is nothing likable about Conor McGregor. And if you think he's cool, you know what? Then you're a simp for him, because there's nothing cool about Conor McGregor. He's obviously a wife beater. He can't get along with anybody in public, but he's a good fighter, so we're going to make it seem like his behavior is normal. If any other dude behaved the way that Conor McGregor acts, you would lock their ass up. But it's Conor McGregor. He's got a brain damage. We're going to excuse the behavior. It's pathetic.
In legal letters sent to McGregor, the NBA, and the Miami Heat, the woman claims that during the game last Friday, security guards working on McGregor's behalf forced her into a VIP bathroom. She claims in that bathroom, the UFC star aggressively kissed her before trying to force her into multiple sexual acts.
Oh, wow.
She says she was able to escape after elbowing him multiple times. McGregor denied the allegations through his attorney, who added, Mr. McGregor will not be intimidated. In a statement, the UFC said it was aware of the allegations and said it will continue to gather additional details and will allow the legal process to play out.
That's what they always say. That's the most boring thing about crime and the law and court cases is the fact that it's just a bunch of lawyer mumbo jumbo over and over again. I mean, when have you ever heard something really spicy from a lawyer? Every time someone's in trouble, we always get this type of, proper talk. Like, we are going to work it out in the courtroom. Like, I would love for one time they just go, you know what? He's innocent, and you guys are all a bunch of haters. But no, we get this.
We'll continue to gather additional details and will allow the legal process to play out.
The legal process to play out. I know it's a first world problem. I know it's not a real issue. But do you ever feel like they should just spice it up in the courtroom, I don't know. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com. Now, can you imagine having Charlie Sheen as your father? Yeah, you're born into money. Yeah, life's pretty good or whatever, but you have to deal with Charlie Sheen being your father. Any women out there, or men too, I guess, that have daddy issues, think about it. It's okay. We all have daddy issues. And even if your dad is a real piece of garbage, at least your dad's not Charlie Sheen. We need to wake up every single day and go, thank the heavenly Lord that doesn't exist, that Charlie Sheen is not my father.
I'm sure most of you know what I do for a living at this point, but if you don't, I'm a sex worker. Right now I'm just doing my makeup. I already shaved my whole entire body and put some lotion on.
Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards' daughter Sammy shares how she gets ready for her unconventional job.
There was no way, especially the fact that she's 18, 19, 20, so 11, 12, 13 years ago, when 2.5 Men was a big deal, she was a 5-year-old when he was banging Brie Olsen and doing all that Tiger Blood thing. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact is, he is such a piece of garbage that his daughter was going to end up being somebody that does, naughty things. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing. In this lifetime, if you want to make naughty videos, you should have the right to. I'm just saying, she wasn't going to be a rocket scientist. You know what I mean? She wasn't going to be a cop. When you're around a promiscuous father like Charlie Sheen, who has had sex with everybody and everything, it's just in your blood.
We just want our child to pursue whatever would make them happy.
Yeah.
As long as they have something to fall back on, some real job.
The 19-year-old's career choice? A content creator on OnlyFans. And she shared this Get Ready With Me TikTok talking all about it.
You know what I think it is? I haven't subscribed to her OnlyFans yet. I won't. But I think her content is maybe her posing in a bikini or whatnot. They use OnlyFans as such a keyword. They're like, that person's on OnlyFans, and they literally pose in a bikini. You know what I mean? Do you often think about how far pornography and smut and adult films have come? Oh, geez. How far they have come over the past 20 years. Think about it. When I was in 7th grade in 2007, I got my first flip phone, and I was looking up girls in bikinis and having fun. Now, 17 years later, if I was that age, I could watch whatever the hell I want on my phone, including looking at pictures of a TV actor's daddy issue-ridden daughter.
I know you're probably thinking, how the hell are you a sex worker if, you keep these censored? But trust me, I have my ways, okay? I have my ways. I still show pretty much everything. I just want to wait till the girls are done so I'm like fully confident with everything I'm showing, but you know.
She even talks like her dad, just very like, get to the point. Like, she's not really adding anything. She's just saying a bunch of words and not really getting to the point.
I still show a lot on there. I'm starting laser hair removal soon, so that's going to be a huge game changer.
Hell yeah, I must make my body perfect because I don't like myself, because when I didn't have a father around to give me approval, I don't really know what I'm doing. Now you're going, Ryan, you're being harsh. No. I might have the worst daddy issues of all time. I seek the approval of men. If this is the first time that you are listening to Happy Hour, hi, I'm going to explain this. You know what's fun? Like when you're about to hook up with a girl and she takes off her bra and you see her breasts for the first time and you're like, yeah. You know what I find equivalent to that? When a man compliments me, specifically somebody in radio or specifically somebody of power, because me and my dad didn't really get along. We didn't hate each other, but we didn't get along. I didn't get a lot of compliments from him. So I get the same endorphins of getting laid as when somebody with power goes, oh, keep up the good work or you're killing it, you know? And that is why I go to therapy.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. I can't do this live read without some Romeo. You know what I'm saying? We all need some Romeo in our life. He is an EDM artist that kicks ass. When you think of EDM artists that are out there hanging out, doing their thing, there's a lot of people that come to mind. But the first one that should always come to your mind is Romeo. I work with him in the promotions department at Beasley. Oh, that's a little loud. Sorry about that. I was just trying to fill time because I was trying to load the music. Ready to trip out a little bit? I'm ready. This following segment's been brought to you by DZBZHoney.com. When I tell you it's the best Delta 8 honey around, I'm a man of my words. Drew and his lovely wife do a kick-ass job making Delta 8 CBD honey. If you go to DZBZHoney.com and at checkout use keyword Hoppy, you can save 20%. I don't know if you notice this trend, but I like taking care of my listeners. I bring the entertainment and I get you high. This is also being brought to you by Mitra 9, the best Kava and Kratom around. If you go to tinyurl.com/HoppyMitra and at checkout use keyword Hoppy, once again, you can save 20%. So you can have the best Kava and Kratom in your house. I don't know why I said that. And you can have the best THC honey. Because in this short lifetime, it's all about having fun. Nothing says having fun like going to the beach, having a DZBZ honey lollipop, drinking on some Mitra. I'll see you there soon.
Hoppy. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppy. Call Hoppy now. 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppy Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh yeah, welcome back. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy. Vote Happy Hour for the creative loafing, please.
Happy Hot Topic!
The Kardashian-Jenner family is so excited about Kourtney Kardashian's pregnancy news.
Hell yeah!
On Friday, the Poosh founder revealed to her husband, Travis Barker, at his Blink-182 concert that she is pregnant.
you know he was probably a little pissed off. There's no way that a guy who's nearing 50 wants to have another kid. And by the way, the Kardashians needed this. Like, I bet Kris Kardashian went to Kourtney and was like, hey, our ratings are down a little bit. We're not on basic TV. Not everybody has Hulu. So we need some ratings. Can you have a kid?
And shared the epic video on Instagram.
Yeah.
And now her sisters are sharing the love. Kim Kardashian reacted in the comments on the post with a bunch of emojis.
Oh, wow. What a creative comment. But then again, a non-creative comment on a post like that from Kim Kardashian is not a surprise.
Including a pregnancy emoji, a smile with hearts emoji, and a crying emoji.
Why are you crying? Oh, because the baby's going to be crying all the time. Man, I don't know if it's because I'm a selfish person, but there's nothing appealing about kids.
Kylie also reacted with a bunch of heart eye emojis. This is Kravis's first baby together.
I love that name, by the way, Kravis. It sounds like an STD. You know, one of those STDs that's like manageable, like HPV?
Kourtney is also mom to Mason, Penelope, and Rain, all of whom she shares with ex Scott Disick.
Hell yeah.
Travis's father to Landon in Alabama, both of whom he shares with ex Shanna Moakler.
Oh, she seems like a certified sociopathic nut job. Oh my God. I'm not saying he isn't, and I'm not saying the Kardashians, that's the Aldi's brand family. No, that was a terrible joke. The Kardashians seem like the classiest, most likable people compared to Shanna Moakler or whatever her name is. She seems like someone, like when you are in an argument with her and when you're mad at her, those arguments are wicked. Like, she has that vibe. Like, she just never shuts up.
He also has a close bond with Atiana De La Hoya, Shanna's daughter from a previous relationship.
There's so many kids there. I wonder what it's really like having famous parents. Like, people that grow up poor that probably aspire, they think in their mind to grow up in a very famous household. But I'm telling you right now, I don't know. Maybe it sucks, you know? We're never going to know because we're not famous unless you're listening and you're famous. Hi, tweeted me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think growing up in a famous household is always a perfect solution. I mean, look at that loser. Look at that has-been. What's his name? Oh, yeah, Chet Hanks.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah, man. We're just having a good time here at Happy Hour, hanging out.
Happy Hour will be right back.
This following segment's been brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. When I tell you that he is the best MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. amiracademy.com. There, he has MMA classes, self-defense classes, women's self-defense classes. He has kids classes, and he has normal workouts, and he has a workout room with benches and bags that you can punch. Like, sometimes I'm in a bad mood. Ryan Hoppe being moody for no reason, no one's ever experienced that. I'm just kidding. Not at all. But sometimes I'll be really grumpy and I'll go to Amir Academy of Martial Arts and I punch that bag and then I feel alive. I'm like, yeah. And if you go there and you tell him that I sent you, he's going to hook you up.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Today in baby making news, you have the Kravis family having a kid with Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Also, we have another moment in baby making news. It says right here, LA Rams head coach Sean McVay and his wife Veronica, I don't know how to pronounce it, reveal they are expecting their first child as Ukrainian model shows off baby bump. You know, she's probably, I don't know if she's an immigrant or if she moved here, but having the Ukrainian background, you know, she is so grateful to be married to an NFL coach like Sean McVay. Like, I bet she literally wakes up, and I'm not kidding, I'm being dead serious. I bet Veronica wakes up and she's like, thank God I'm not in the Ukraine. Veronica shared a snap of her baby bump at the 20-week mark on Sunday night. You know, they wanted to wait a while. They didn't want to, jump the shark. They didn't want to do it too soon. They wanted to wait, and be like, finally, we're going to tell everybody we're having a kid. I wonder if this is going to somehow improve or make Sean McVay a worse coach because he already is always doing football, but now has to be around a kid, or then he's a deadbeat. You know what I mean? Like being an NFL maniac that wins the Super Bowl and is one of the greatest coaches ever. I'm coughing, I'm dying. When you don't have a kid, you can literally do whatever the hell you want. But now he's got a kid, and he's probably going to want to watch game tape or bang one of his side chicks. I'm just kidding. They never do in the NFL. NFL players are not sluts at all. But he's going to want to watch game film, and his wife's like, honey, it's time to come home. I need you to clean a diaper. I would not want to be in that situation. And that is why I got a vasectomy. Because I said to myself, I don't really think I want to be a dad. And if I want to be a dad, I will pay for the vasectomy reversal. I don't know why I bring that up every single podcast. I think I need to talk to my shrink about it. 856-49-HOPPY. Spotify executive Bill Simmons is seen for the first time since he publicly branded Harry and Meghan Markle effing grifters after their $20 million Archetypes podcast was axed. Which I don't know why they thought adding the family, I almost said Kardashians, but they are our royal family in America, having Harry and Meghan do a podcast when they're two pretentious, lazy imbeciles. He was born into money. She married money because she couldn't make it that big as an actress. So they literally lay around in their money and don't really have to work for anything. And Spotify's like, let's just throw $20 million at them. I bet they have 100,000 part-timers that they won't give health insurance to, but let's literally have a $20 million deal for lazy people who have never showed any work ethic or any initiative. Because they did about 2 podcasts, and I can't even find them on Spotify. But they have that welcome to actual audio. Whoever thought that was going to work needs to be fired. Whoever said, Meghan and Harry are going to make a riveting podcast. Because when I think of people that can really relate to the everyday average Joe and Jane, I think of the royal family. So I'm not really sitting here feeling bad for that Spotify executive Bill Simmons, because he should have known better than to just throw money at the royal family. The Sussexes and Spotify announced they have mutually agreed to part ways. There was nothing mutual about that. They're just saying that to look good. Bill's like, hey, you haven't really done a podcast in a year. You guys are awful to get a hold of. We're going to fire you and pay you the rest. And they're like, what? But we gave you 10 episodes that were so good, where we talked about money and all the good things we have. I despise them. I just find the royal family to be so nauseating and so pretentious. They're just a bunch of trust fund babies that have been around for 300 years. There's no redeeming talent at all. And if you're going to say, but Ryan, you talk about Kim Kardashian. No, she has a sex tape with Ray J. That's all I needed. She's put in some work to be famous. You know what I mean? The royal family were born into it. Now, would we all have preferred if that tape was made more recently because it's not that good of a video? And do we wish it had higher quality and more action? Yes, we do. But we can appreciate the fact that she had sex on camera. But if we got to see Meghan Markle, it would just be missionary. She doesn't seem like that fun of a time. Harry seems like he's good with it, though. Like, they're just going at it. They're a bunch of missionary queens, literally.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by FitSageFitness.net. When I tell you that Devin Prasad is the best workout trainer in all of the Bay Area. So I have the best MMA trainer with Amir Academy of Martial Arts at AmirAcademy.com. And I have Devin Prasad at FitSage Fitness. He can come to you. Oh, geez, that sounds weird. He's a married man. He can meet you somewhere and you guys can work out if it's at a gym or at a park. And he's got an app at FitSageFitness.net. And you can do you workout plans so you can learn at the same time. And he's also one of the greatest guys I've ever met. So you're guaranteed to have a good workout. He's not just some trainer who doesn't really care about you and just wants the money. No. Devin will make sure that your life is changed forever. But you can't just listen to this live read and go, oh, I'll do it sometime. Do it right now. Open up your laptop. Please don't close out of this podcast and go to fitsagefitness.net and tell him I sent you. And Devin Prasad, I'm a man of my words when I say he will hook you up with a great deal.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour. Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
I'm using this new room at Beasley Media Group, so I don't always have everything loaded up because I'm using one computer screen. By the way, thanks to Rick Thomas, thanks to Ray Bryan, and Justin for helping me get this podcast room at Beasley Media Group. I appreciate being appreciated. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
What up?
The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And vote Happy Hour Creative Loafing. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to have a link or have a logo or have a collage where you see, oh, vote for Happy. You can just do it. I know you can. 856-49-HOPPY. Leonardo DiCaprio hosts 28-year-old models at $150 million yacht while holidaying in Italy with his father and stepmom. That sounds like a video. That sounds like a scenario. That sounds like something that you could potentially see on Pornhub. You know what I mean? That seems like something that could get really kinky and get really out of control. No, I'm just kidding. The Hollywood actor invited the British beauty Neelam Gill. Oh, you know, any woman named Neelam is going to be gorgeous. Like, there's not going to be, and I'm not trying to say some people are unattractive, but there's a lot of ugly people. There's no one who's going to be unattractive with the name Neelam. But by the way, if your name is Neelam, you probably expect for the bill to be paid every single time because it's a high class type of hot. You know what I mean? It's not a first few dates, you hook up. No. You are buying everything when you date a girl named Neelam. And by the way, shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio for finally dating girls that are a little closer to 30. For so long, he was teetering on those 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. But my man, good for you, bro. You went, I'm almost 50 years old, and I've been having a midlife crisis for the past 15 years, banging every hot model ever. Sounds great. But literally, I'm going to finally go for the mature women. They gotta be 28 years old. If you're not out of high school for more than 10 years, Leonardo DiCaprio is not having sex with you. No, I'm sure he is banging 18-year-olds. You gotta wonder if he has an STD. That guy has had a lot of sex. Or maybe he is like, got boxes of condoms. You know what I mean? One time when I interviewed DJ Who Kid 7 or 8 years ago on Happy Hour, he talked about rappers just having boxes of condoms. And that is a smart idea. I don't know if you heard the news. I'm not going to really get into it, but Zion Williamson, who plays for the New Orleans Pelicans, and I think has banged more women in a season than actually scored points because he's always injured. Mariah Mills, who you might remember from Pornhub, there's rumors of like a sex tape and she's trying to come out, oh yeah, and get him in trouble and whatever. And let me just tell you, my man, you got to be careful who you hook up with. You know what I mean? Because you can think that the person you're dating is totally trustworthy, and then one day, everything changes, Zion. You got to find a classy girl. Like, sure, playing in the NBA looks cool, and having sex with beautiful women is so cool, but there's the headache that at any time they could tell the world all your dirty secrets, Zion. Are you serious? You and every NBA player. You're all a bunch of sluts, just like the NFL. NFL players just cheat on their wives more. NBA players just have a lot of side chicks and go through divorces where they lose half their money. That must suck, you know, losing half your money because you got married. Oh, that is great financial planning.
Harrison Ford is saying goodbye to one of Hollywood's most beloved characters.
What?
I've been looking for this all my life.
This is your last hurrah as Indiana Jones. I mean, how would you describe the emotions of a night like tonight?
I don't know, like, how to describe the Indiana Jones franchise since it made that new movie in, like, 2009 or whatever. Like, I feel like if you really grew up loving Indiana Jones, then you probably adored the movies and you lived in the past and you're like, oh, my God, I love the 80s. But I don't know if I've ever heard somebody in a general conversation about movies go, oh, my God, those late 2000s, 2010s, movies of Indiana Jones. Oh, they were so good. I loved every second of them. They were so riveting. Tell me, 856-49-HOPPY, if you maybe preferred the later Indiana Jones movies over the previous ones.
Complicated. Complicated. I'm very grateful that we brought the character full circle.
The end of an era. What will you miss the most about Indy?
I'm not going to miss anything.
He'll miss the Indiana Colts. Get what I did there? Because she said Indy, and that's the nickname for Indianapolis.
I'm not going to miss anything.
Yeah, I'll be dead soon.
The film will still be there for people.
Yeah.
When I'm dust.
Exactly. It's kind of sad to think about that. At some point, Harrison Ford will be dust. It is frightening that we're all going to die someday. It's time to have your daily panic attack. Brought to you by Ryan Hoppe.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
I got no choice. We stealthy with the come up, we make no noise. I'm riding in the foreign, it's a Rolls Royce. I go and slap the hate up out of your voice. Yeah, I got no choice. I had to be successful for my homeboys. We pull up on your squad, we got more boys. We got them diamond dancing, I got more toys. I'ma be the greatest this city's ever seen. Mark it in your calendars, I'm coming for your team. That's a fact. Oh, no, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact, bro. There ain't no cap, no. You talk to me with hate, then you just might get slapped. Oh, you tryna front now, you getting shut down. I don't do field goals, oh, I just go for touchdowns. Yeah, they all wanna be like me. You missing from the box, and I'm scoring from the three, yeah. And I come with no degree. I'm messing with your girl, and she liking what she see, oh. This is games, y'all. When you walk into your city, you bring shame to all. When I walk into my city, it's my name to call. Putting in the work must be insane to y'all. I got no choice. We stealthy with the come up, we make no noise. I'm riding in the foreign, it's a Rolls Royce. I go and slap the hate up out of your voice. Yeah. Oh, I got no choice. I had to be successful for my homeboys. We pull up on your squad, we got more boys. I got them diamond dancing, I got more toys.
Yeah, I got more toys, and they bigger now. I got more toys, and they asking how. I'm headed straight to the top, throw me a lob, this is a bop. If it looks good, I cop, get my shoes and socks. I'm on a boat, you on a dock, you all floor, I am a mop. Hop on my drop top, give me the ox, I'm about to pop off. Y'all already know, I'm about to pop off. I cannot stop, no. I just keep going and going and going. I cannot stop. Yeah. Yo, I'll pull up with a gang and I must start bang. I might cop a range if I want it. I'ma get it. I got it. Forget it. Yeah.
Successful, there ain't any other way. I never give the code to the safe. It's destiny, I ain't gotta say. It's no, I'ma get it anyway. I got no choice. We stealthy with the come up, we make no noise. I'm riding in the foreign, it's a Rolls Royce. I go and slap the hate up out of your voice. Yeah, I got no choice. I had to be
stations are tuned in too.
Britney Spears' mother, Lynn, is begging singer to have face-to-face meeting with Jamie Lynn. And she will not rest until daughter's broken bond is brought back together. This is from the Daily Mail. But let me tell you, this dirty, rotten imbecile known as Lynn was a horrendous mother and basically sold her daughter to be famous. And then is gaslighting her by saying, you know, this sibling that lived off your clout, that had no talent, and that is only remembered for getting pregnant at age 16. Yeah, you got to say sorry to her. Get out of here. That whole family. Yeah, Britney Spears has all the money in the world and all the resources in the world, but I'd rather be me. That horrendous family that she is brought into by this world is not fair. I swear. Maybe that's why she is doing meth or whatever the report was, heroin, all these drugs. You got Jamie Lynn. Hi, it's time to gaslight you. It's June 20th, National Gaslighting Day. I mean, seriously. Can you leave her alone? Can you? 856-49-HOPPY. Gen Z, who spent college at home during the pandemic, are taking classes on how to send emails, what to wear in the office, elevator chit-chat, and mealtime etiquette. Well, let me tell you, think about it. If you literally are at home with your parents during college, you're not going to know what to do. This next generation, I'm not saying we're screwed, but give the kids who are in high school and who were in college during COVID, give them some time to figure it out. During a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, they missed out on school. And the weird part is none of us can relate to them unless you were in that graduation class. Unless you were in school during COVID and then had to do it from home, nobody on this planet can relate to that at all. Isn't that weird to think about? Someone that was born in 1940, someone that's born in 1993 cannot relate to the Gen Z who were at home during COVID. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that most people would never dream of. So give them a chance. Some companies are offering new hires courses on how to behave at the office. All right, that's a little ridiculous. I bet some of them are like, oh my God, do we do pranks like Jim and Dwight from The Office? By the way, I don't mind The Office. I have a little bit of a bias against The Office because in 8th grade, I was really into it. And my dad then became the biggest fan of it. And anything he likes, I was not a fan of. But he was like annoying about it. Like he was like fan fiction thinking like, oh yeah, I want to hook up with Pam. Like he was like, do you like that actress? I'm like, yeah, dude, she's cool. But anybody out there who goes, oh yeah, The Office is my favorite show, you are such a bland person. On Sunday, you have avocado toast and you love listening to the same Taylor Swift music. You have no personality. Next on Happy Hour, Elemental is Disney Pixar's first film to have a non-binary character, but becomes the worst performing film on the opening weekend after just taking in $29 million. Which, first of all, it's very bizarre. Do you ever think about the fact that they're like making $29 million is a lot of money, but in the world of Hollywood, that's nothing. But if any of us could make something that made $29 million, it would be a success. You ever think about that? The other thing I'm thinking here is literally, I'm all good with woke. Whatever you want to do, you want to become another gender, you want to have sex with the same gender, as long as you're not hurting animals or kids, I don't care what you do in this lifetime. I'm focused on me getting laid. I ain't thinking about you. But at the same time, Disney at some point needs to go, we might need to chill on being so woke because there's this generation called the boomers that are very uptight and they think they know everything and they won't change their ways at all. And until the last boomer dies off of this planet, you will always have this sort of hatred towards the millennials. And a lot of times they don't even know what the age range of millennial or Gen Z is. And you have all this hatred, oh, them and they're non-binary. cares? I mean, they just, all this nonsense. If somebody wants to do whatever they want to do with their body, who cares? You are a sociopathic, controlling dirtbag if you care what somebody else does with their body. As long as they're not hurting kids, or as long as they're not hurting anybody else, who cares? But yeah, Disney, you might need to take a break on being so woke if you want to keep on losing money. What is that saying? Oh, yeah. Go woke or go broke. Everybody says that. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. So there's this guy that I work with in the promotions department. His rap name is KALM before this storm, calm before this storm, and he's a really good rapper, and he's a really good guy. So we're going to come back on Happy Hour and talk more about celebrity news. But first, I think it's time to listen to some calm before the storm.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah.
False alarms, not as bad as it seems. False alarms, not as bad as it seems. False alarms, not as bad as it seems. Yo, false alarm. I'm thinking to myself like, look what you made me do. Send her to a roller coaster, ride around with loose screws. Filtering the batteries cause the world can't see this. Dysfunctional genius ain't a barricade between us. Keep a smile away, don't try to find your face now. Could've kept your mouth closed, tried to put you in your place now. Face down, walk of shame, pointing fingers, shift the blame. It's insane, Jedi mind tricks to puppeteer the brain. Normal to the outside, panic beneath the surface. A shit on situation, master seeming perfect. Tension making you nervous, move with stealth like Secret Service. I hate speech written in cursive, anger mixed with a purpose. False alarms, not as bad as it seems. False alarms, not as bad as it seems. False alarms, not as bad as it seems. Yo, false alarm.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPY. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Oh, yeah. Here's a hip-hop beat from Froggy from the MJ Morning Show on Q105. I made a post, and if you want to send me EDM or hip-hop beats, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com, but I made a post, and Froggy sent me like 20 beats, bro. I was like, hell yeah, networking at Beasley Media Group. Also, Beasley Media Group, the new location of recording Happy Hour. Thanks to Rick Thomas, Ray Bryan, and Justin for approving and helping me hook up this podcast room. If you're listening tonight that the episode's recorded June 20th, 2023, then know that tomorrow I will be interviewing Tampa Bay and overall radio legend Orlando Davis from the Orlando and the Freak Show on Wild 94.1. I'm super excited. I'm a huge fan. I have so much respect for him. But if you're listening, like let's say June 27th, in the future, you can always check out that interview that went so well with Orlando. Because right now, I'm recording this in the past tense, so I'm going to put the energy out there to the universe. The universe that we don't know what this is, and the universe is the most overused word of all time. But to the universe, I'm putting out the energy of a good segment, of a good interview with Orlando Davis, Tampa radio legend. I'm putting out the energy, universe. Manifest, manifest, manifest. I've I'm not against the manifesting idea and the secret in that, but oh my God, is it the most overused word ever? I'm like positivity out. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh my God, everyone's so positive. I think it's when you see people that are really positive on social media and then they're a complete asshat in person. You go, well, then it's just a facade. Then you're just lying to me. And I don't like being lied to.
This report into working from home by the ANU, it's revealed that average workers are less productive, or surprise, surprise, more depressed, they say, as a result of working from home.
Whoa, working from home where you're at when you sleep and you take a dump and you feed your cat or have sex with your significant other, not leaving the house to be productive and to be outside with the world is going to make you more depressed? Whoa, breaking news.
Although that they say should be noted or attributed to poor management. Now, this is part of the problem. How do we lift productivity if we can't get people to get back to work and be more productive in the office?
Well, the argument was that people at home were more productive because they didn't have to travel to and from the office.
Yeah.
But if they're not happy in the work, that makes them less productive, as you point out.
Here's the thing, is there's all this research that people were less productive at home. So anybody who is an at-home work defendant, you have nothing to really defend because productivity went down when you were at home. Now, if this planet would have grinded their ass off and had no coworkers that did nothing while working from home for 2 years, then people would be more willing to say, hey, you want to work from home? That's fine, whatever. But when you absolutely crushed the opportunity, that was a dream scenario. I don't feel bad for this planet.
There's another aspect of this because we're talking recessionary talk. If you want to look at one sector which could trigger a big recession in Australia, it's the commercial property market, in particular the office markets in our capital cities. Because if people are not coming into those offices, the value of those offices is falling like a...
The international news is a little less biased than America, but oh my God, they are so boring to listen to.
Was she hungover?
Yeah.
It's the shocking new allegation about the weapons armorer who handed Alec Baldwin the loaded gun.
Oh, good. The woman running and holding and taking care of the weapons was hungover. You must be a drunken loser if you drink so much that your hangover prevents you from doing the job. Like, it's a basic human thing. If you go out and drink, you're gonna have a hangover. It's gonna suck. It's not gonna be ideal, but hey, you're going to be hungover. But if you're so hungover that your job skills plummet and someone dies, maybe you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, I might have a drinking problem. I might be drinking too much in my life.
On the set of the movie Rust, court papers claim Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was likely hungover when she allegedly put a live bullet in a gun that...
She's wearing a flannel and she just looks like somebody that just drinks shots. Like everybody's drunk already and she's like, hey, let's get another round that's gonna black us out. You know that one friend that always has to get the round of shots when everybody is already so drunk, and that next shot is what crushes the night. Like if you never had that shot, nothing would have happened.
Killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Court documents quote witnesses as saying she was drinking heavily and smoking marijuana in the evenings during the shooting of Rust.
Now listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, I'm going to tell you right now,
smoke medical weed every day.
But don't hold and take care of guns while doing that. And it was probably not even medical because it was in Los Angeles or New Mexico, wherever. But listen,
smoke medical weed every day.
If you're going to do that, make sure you're able to do your job, because then you make weed look bad. Because then all the boomers that can't get down with weed will go, oh my God, here's the thing. They were high and then someone died. Look, weed killed somebody.
Hannah Gutierrez-Reed has pled not guilty to involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah.
Her lawyer was quoted as saying, the case is so weak that they now have chosen to resort to character assassination claims about Hannah.
It's not a character claim, kind of is, but at the same time, it's an actual problem that if the person that is taking care of your guns, as the armorer, is so hungover that someone's life is gone forever. Now, also, all the blame as well should go on to Alec, but he's rich and elite and was able to hire lawyers that made everything go away. Literally, the rich and elite can literally do whatever. I'm just saying, any other average Joe from Pinellas Park making a at-home video does the same thing that Alec Baldwin does. They at least get manslaughter. But, Alec Baldwin is such a famous person. They get away with everything. But there's one thing they can't escape, and that's death.
Meanwhile, Amy Schumer targets Alec Baldwin's wife, Ilaria, in her new Netflix special.
Yeah.
You guys know who Hilaria Baldwin is?
I don't know. I'm not playing Amy Schumer on my show. Like, I think Hilaria Baldwin is a dirty, rotten loser. Loser. But I'm not going to play jokes from Amy Schumer on this show. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to listen to Happy Hour and you're going to not hear Amy Schumer. Because that's how I roll.
Well, guys, you may be aware that the ginger and the whinger are falling on hard times. No, I mean for real. The Sussexes are hitting the skids. The kids in the slums would be weeping for these guys right about now.
Alrighty. I'm sure they're not really hard times. This might be the most dramatic news of all time. Sky News. The world is falling. Shut up.
Well, guys, you may be aware that the ginger and the whinger are...
I can't take it. Surprisingly, she actually has good teeth.
The Justice Department and attorneys for Hunter Biden have reached an agreement that would end the long-running federal investigation into his personal and professional life.
You know, there are so many rich and elite that were trying to make this case go away and to help Hunter get away with it. But there's sometimes you can't beat the law. Now, he'll probably get 6 months in jail. So once again, it's the rich and elite getting away with everything. But what I love about Hunter Biden is this. All the liberals that rip into Donald Trump Jr. and rip into Donald Trump will be like, oh, but Hunter Biden had a hard upbringing. Oh, but Joe Biden's other son is a good person, even though you've never met him. Oh, but oh my God, Hunter, means well. Because he's on the Democratic side, because he's a liberal, all the liberals don't want to admit that their president has a loser son, so they make excuses for it. Just saying.
According to a new court filing just reviewed by ABC News.
Yeah.
The plea deal calls for Biden to plead guilty to a pair of tax-related misdemeanors in exchange for probation, which will allow for him to avoid serving time in prison if...
There you go. Once again, like I said, the rich and elite always win. I think there might just be an afterlife for there might just... Oh, man, that joke just failed. I think there might just be an afterlife for the rich and elite and none for us. I mean, literally, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
I'm grumpy now. This is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be grumpy. Let's listen to some Romeo. Because if you want to be in a good mood and you want to hear about WestChasePrinting.com, the best printing company in all the Bay Area that made my nice business cards, let's talk about it while listening to some Romeo. WestChasePrinting.com. Posters, business cards, yard signs, whatever the hell you need printed up, DJ Tone Tampa will hook you up. He's also one of the best DJs in the area. So hit him up. This is also being brought to you by Rich Keeley, Master Barbershop. When I tell you that he is the best barber, because I surround myself with the best around, no one's going to keep me down. If you go to richkbarber.com and you sign up for a haircut or a beard trim or life advice, whatever he can provide at Salon Loft on Kennedy Boulevard. If you go to richkbarber.com and you sign up for a haircut and you go there and you tell him I sent you, he'll hook you up. Oh man, we have so much to get into. I swear I don't have enough time to get into everything. Actually, I do, because I really have nothing else going on. I'm not saying like my life's boring or nothing's going on. I'm just saying like I'm single, never having kids, so I got all the time in the world. That transition almost was perfect, but I'm working on it.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Listen to Hoppe Hour at any time, anywhere. Search Hoppe Radio on all major streaming platforms.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
He never holds back, and he speaks his mind. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Let's do this.
Listen to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPY. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. All right, we're about to end this show. We're at 56 minutes. Like, I know I'm not giving you all of a 1 hour show. I said that really bizarre. That's my speech impediment that I used to have. But I know I'm not giving you a full hour. But hey, 56 minutes is pretty good. Because I'm not going to be here forever. No, I'm not suicidal. Everything's good. But I'm not going to be here forever. So you got to appreciate my greatness, which is what I tell myself in the mirror every day.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And like that, he's gone.